This is a Neato D5 Connected autonomous robot vacuum cleaner that has done in the past year or so a tremendous job in cleaning the house. However, due to a beast of a dog who leaves behind all sorts of lovely things on the floor, this has really reached its limit of what it can do. So what I've recently had trouble with is the brush motor inside here has collected a bunch of hair, and what's happened is it's gotten pretty bad. Yeah, you see what happens. The hair wraps around the shaft here, and once it gets to be too much, it presses. I'm not sure how much you can see here. Yeah, it presses up against there, up against this little ring on the outside, and the motor is powerful enough that it heats up and it fuses the hair into the plastic, and it really creates kind of a messed up situation. I mean, you can see how bad this is. This hair is just, this is one day, pretty much one day's worth, and I pretty much have to fix the brush every time this thing vacuums. So, and obviously empty it. I can see I've got a full dustbin as well. So anyway, I'm just gonna go for this and edit out the crap in the middle that's maybe not as interesting. So to get inside, it's really not that bad. You just gotta have the right tools, which is unfortunately something I don't have. I've got this little kit here that's got, you know, one of everything, but it doesn't reach inside these deep holes. So anyway, what you can start with is, before you break your warranty, maybe you should check and see if it's something you could get serviced. I don't know how it works, but I'm not that patient when it comes to this stuff. I'd rather just fix it myself. If I have to wait for shipping or whatever, it's no, we're not gonna do that. Live up here in Norway, and yeah, we're far away from pretty much everything. So and to top it off, I think I got this robot from Denmark. So you got, now we're breaking into this thing. You got these two screws here. You got two back here. You got two down here next to the wheels, in front of the wheels, and there's actually a few more under this front bumper, but I'll get to that later. And again, I'll be probably editing some of this garbage out. Got a magnet to help me collect my screws. I think, yeah, I can get to these back here. No, those are the ones I couldn't get. Yeah, that sounds about right. These two, and they'll have to come out by way of inverting the unit. It's already dirty all over the place here. Yeah, what I've had to do is essentially modify one of these Allen keys, bend it so that I could get it in here. It's a terrible solution. So this would be really boring to watch, so I'm just assuming all of this is just edited out. It's strong enough together. Let's see here. Oh, there it goes on the floor, of course. Now, the long-awaited moment, how to get this bumper cover off. If you careful, you know, this plastic is pretty good stuff, but it's not invincible. So you just kind of yank on one side and pull it off like that. I don't know how well you can see it. You don't need to do two sides. You just kind of pull back the one side, and the whole thing just kind of pivots off. You set that aside. And Yeah. Then you'll see these two screws are now available for removal, and I can use the normal tool for that one. And not quite, one left, just enough to give me crap. Got it? Yeah. There we go. Alright. Now, back over. Dustbin. Yeah, full. This is one day. One day. Full. Nasty. Nasty stuff. That's, yeah, of course. Top side. You got this one here, and there's one on the other side too. So, get in there, of course. Get rid of that one. And that one too. Let's see if the magnet will grab these guys. God, where did I get these horrible magnets? They're not strong enough for anything. There we go. Along with all the other dexterous. There we go. See? Yeah, that just came right off. Yeah. Who'd have thunk it? So, now we're inside. Now there's several things you can do. One thing I would really recommend doing while you're in here is checking this whole laser assembly. If this doesn't rotate freely, it's not even gonna, well, the motor will spin up, it'll start, and then it'll beep and give you a cryptic failure message that really doesn't mean anything. And when you contact support, they'll tell you to like stick your screwdriver in here and turn this around. And I really think that's a bad solution, because it's really these two holes either get blocked, or it gets to be a lot of hair in this little rubber band thing. You can check the drive, make sure it just rotates okay. Don't play with it too much. Remove as much junk as you can. And there's a lot of people who have problems with this little side brush motor, and I'm not going to be doing that, but to get there you're going to want to take off this circuit board, pull out the motor assembly. It's got a single screw there, and then you can check that belt, but that one's fine. But what really had me confused for a little while was this guy here trying to get out this motor. I worked on it for an embarrassingly long amount of time before I figured out how to take care of it. What you really, all you need to do is first carefully remove this little bump sensor on the side, and then you can really do that with your finger. You just pull down this little plastic latch, and just carefully, these are, you know, sensitive wires here, just peel that back, set it to the side, you're good to go. Yeah, so now that this has really been liberated, what you can do is flip it back over on the bottom. Get yourself a nice flat blade screwdriver. And you see there's a little notch here. You can really just kind of twist that, but just put a little pressure. It really doesn't take a lot. You put a little pressure in there and you push on it, and that thing just pops out just like that. It's amazing, amazing. And watch and make sure you get these little vibration mounts not flying all over the place. Remember to put them back. These little rubber bricks. But anyway, at that point, now you have access to the belt, or the whole drive unit. Here's the whole thing, and here's where all that hair gets in there. Yeah, now you can lift away these three kind of snap things, open up the inside, and you got the drive shaft, or well, the stationary shaft here. Then you got the whole the whole unit. Here's the belt. Maybe you'd want to replace that someday. And here's the actual assembly that spins. I mean, and you can see how screwed up this is. Maybe, and just this was full of like centimeter strands of hair that were just chopped up and shredded to bits, and it looked horrible. So I was really happy to get in there and just deal with it. And you know, when you put this back together, just make sure the belt's even on both sides. I'm not sure if that's really a problem, actually, to think about. It probably evens out no matter what. Set it back together. It should snap back together. Before you put the whole thing back, test it, make sure it rotates like it should. And yeah, you know, as they say, the assembly is the reverse of the disassembly. If you can put 1,000 pieces back together just the way they were, you're fine. Yeah, otherwise, I think I'm just going to end it there, because what I'm really going to end up doing is doing kind of a deep clean, just a damp cloth, and getting in there and, you know, being wary of the electronics, really, but making sure there's no hair in the moving parts. And the next thing I'd probably want to check out is the wheel drives. But as far as I can tell, it looks like these are, I don't know, I'm wondering if these are actually accessible from the outside. But I'll have to get back to you on that one. That's for another day. It took me long enough just to get this damn thing out. So, yeah, it's really just a matter of being careful of the existing wires and slapping it back in there. Yeah, you just gotta be careful. Those wires really want to get in there. There it is. Alright, back happy. Yeah, slot this guy back in just the way it was. Make sure that button still clicks. We're happy. Jam in your motor vibration isolator. No. What is hopefully the original spot, because I honestly did not see where that came from. We got a similar thing here, but I don't think that has anything to do with it. Anyway, I'm assuming my warranty is void, but considering the damage the hair did, I don't think I really had a chance of claiming anything anyway. Yeah. Well, we're gonna call it, and I hope this has helped somebody who's maybe had some trouble getting in here. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe next time I'll go a little further. I really, yeah, really don't see any reason to do anything tonight. So, cheers.